Hello. Just I like every time I go with something nuts, random, or crazy, and today I just wanted to, standard. Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being patient. Anyone that's joined in from the get-go, and hello to anyone who's just recently came in, and hello to anyone watching this on the YouTubers. This is Ring Warriors, the wrestling tabletop role-playing game, created, designed, and ran by the one and only most explosive man on the planet, this guy. And of course, I am joined today by two of my players. We currently have Foxy and Tash.
Hey.
Good evening.
Lovely stuff. Right, so before we get started, we have a little dev update, hence why we've got our wonderful wrestler's manual in front of us at the moment with the amazing cover art, which I still love so much. And so our dev update goes all the way down to about here, I believe. It's in our GM section, because what I've been working on at the moment is a gameplay breakdown area for GMs to understand how this all works. And with winning and losing, which gives you an idea of win conditions and lose conditions for people in your party. So win conditions can be a mixture of pinfalls, submissions, countouts, knockouts, and death. And it also correlates to lose conditions as well, including things like being knocked out, disqualification as well, which is a big factor, and all that jazz. So far, I've completed the win condition section. I'll be working on the lose condition section next, and probably fleshing this out a little bit more as we go. And then I'm going to go over the match stipulation bits next, going over player variations and all the different match variations and match types you can have. Maybe even fleshing these out a bit more, or redoing the how to play sections to give GMs a proper idea of, okay, this is how you manage it. And double checking the specialty match section so we make sure this is all up to date with the changes that happened earlier on in the manual. Especially with the shark cage match, which we actually tried out a while ago. That was fun. And trying to balance out things like a volcano match, so you're not just chucking people into the volcano every 5 seconds. Because that's not as fun. But yeah, things are being worked on. I'm a happy man. And tip-top-a-roo, there we go. Simple as. Not a lot of work been done on the integrity system just yet, but that's because it's in its infancy stages. And until this bit's done, I'm not going to be happy working on that, because it's a major change. But with that in mind, transition to our game screen as we are ready to hopefully kick some butt.
Woohoo!
Oh yes. So, what exactly happened last time? Well, the party have now arrived in Ohio, farmland of the states, as they were welcomed by Bob, which everyone also knows as the true American dream, a mouflon, aka sheep Persian, who has been well known in Ohio, especially being a legendary Ohio State champion. He's currently working alongside Sean Leafmeyer, along with a bunch of other famous ex-wrestlers in the world. He has welcomed you to Ohio, told you about some interesting bits, introduced you also to the current reigning Ohio State champion, which Dr. Thaddeus Fadastly has a championship match up against sometime soon. That champion being none other than Jace Highwind, a Loplin with some serious attitude. Alright. And after they met up with him, they had a bit of a ride over to Bob's farm estate. But whilst they were travelling out there, they learned of big news. Mike Jaws is finally out of the hospital. And by the looks of things, is pissed. And what level of pissed? I mean super pissed.
Yeah.
The heck. Will that come into play? We don't know. We generally don't. He's in the Bermuda Triangle and you guys are in Ohio. Does he even know? I don't know. But who knows? Because obviously he doesn't have that championship privilege that a lot of people have now, so ooh. What could happen? But of course, we ended the stream on a really wholesome note. You're arriving at Bob's farmstead with his farm ranch, and of course being waved down by his lovely wife, Maude.
No.
And thus we continue from there. So as you are welcome to the farmstead, Bob officially coming out of the truck and letting you guys out, you head on over to his main house on the farmstead, finally coming face to face with Maude herself, as she looks over to you guys and just goes, "Well, you might just damn be the restless my man Bob has been talking about."
Hey. It's a pleasure to meet you. Actually, did Bob mention like his wife's name?
Not yet. So Bob would just interject and just go, "Oh, little man, I completely forgot that. I completely forgot about that. Guys, let me introduce you to the loveliest wife you ever see on this side of the farm. My wife, Maude. Ain't she a beaut?"
Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Maude. And he'll just give out a very awkward hand.
Like she reaches out with her hand, gives you a shake and just go, "Ooh, what a nicely mannered boy you are. You're gonna get the biggest slice of pie tonight."
What, the biggest what now?
Ooh, you guys are got food treat.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't catch the last part of that.
Oh, sorry, she said you're gonna get the biggest slice of pie.
Aww.
Oh yes.
No. Like, I like pie. What? I mean, what sort of pie? I mean, you don't have to say anything if it's a surprise. It's all good. And maybe I should probably shut up now.
Well,
Like she giggles a little bit, just looks over to you and just goes, "It's a family secret. You're just gonna have to wait."
No.
well, hello, and nice to meet you.
And then it's like, she looks at you and just goes, "Well, nice to meet you too. It's been a very long time since I met someone of your caliber. Ain't that right, Bob?" And Bob just looks at her and just goes, "That's right, dear. We don't normally see a lot of Azarians this side of the world, you know? At least not in Ohio. I don't know what it is, but apparently the Foxes just don't like this place."
Yeah, we like a little bit different kind of climate, so we are pretty much everywhere. But something we have a little bit, too sensitive nose for farm-like environments.
"Oh, I get you with that. Not a worry. It's very nice to meet you regardless." And then Arrghh is just standing there in amazement of this long-reaching farmstead, looking over to Maude and Bob, just going, "I just need to say this. This place is beautiful. It's just so wholesome and free."
And it's so rustic. I just I have to agree with you, Arrghh, that it's actually really, really beautiful.
Then Bob just looks it over and just goes, "Well, ain't that right? You'll be quite surprised. We actually get a lot of wrestlers every now and again coming out to the farm to do some farm work. And turns out farm work's actually perfect for all you wrestlers wanting to become big and strong, ready for your next matches.
That is true.
And that's when Arrghh just looks at Bob. Arrghh actually gets on his knees at this point. Just puts his hands out in like a praying formation, looking at Bob and just goes, "Please, can I work on this farm just so I can get that little bit stronger?" Bob just looking at Arrghh and just being like, "Boy, you don't need to kneel like that. Get up on your feet. All you had to do was ask in the first place. It'll be an honor for a big man such as yourself to work on the farm instead. And don't you worry, with a big man like you, we're gonna give you all the big heavy-duty jobs." And Arrghh just looks at him with like one of those big grins on his face, just going, "Sweet." Anyway, with that being said, Maude just invites you guys inside the house. It's a really lovely rustic abode. She even shows you to some bedrooms that have been made up for you, so you can have your own little space. For 3 of you staying in your own room, but the room's quite spacious, with enough room in there for you guys to properly just chill out after a long, tough day if need be. You take some time. Actually, with that being done and you being shown your room and being invited into the house, is there anything you guys would want to do?
Yeah, you go first.
No, I just said,
I was going to say, on the mention of working on the farm, working on the farm would help, help improve the strength and all that jazz. I'd imagine Wilbur would like to sort of try and help out, earn his keep at the farm, even though he's very small.
Absolutely fair.
Well, Liam is going to come help Wilbur with the chores.
Very good. Now, with what the time currently is in Ohio, you guys, not soon after being shown your rooms, are invited down with a delicious waft raiding up towards your nostrils. And as you come down the stairs, you see that a dinner table is set up with pie for everyone. Big slices for all, and especially the biggest one going to you, Wilbur.
I know you said that I'd have the biggest slice and all, but I don't really need that big of a slice. Maybe there's enough, so that maybe if there's enough to cut down the middle, and maybe someone else can have the other half of the slice. I just don't. I'm literally. Yeah, he's just so getting really flustered. Oh my god!
He's just super flustered. Maude's just looking just about and just go, "Ooh, child, don't you worry. You just enjoy as much pie as you like. Little growing boys like yourself need as much pie as you can get. It's like my daddy used to say, if you don't eat pie, you're gonna die."
Yeah.
Oh.
Just eat properly.
Need to say that actually.
As you want, and just don't worry about it. We all, I'm sure that the hospitality of these hill folk here are willing to find even more if we need it.
Oh, that's
and
very true.
We can always help out in the kitchen if we need to make more food or something.
Well, now that's mighty fine of you. But yes, help yourself to as much pie as you damn please. Just actually, now that I think about it, that saying from my father is actually more serious than I thought. I think I remember it was that one day when we were having pie, big family get together. He said he wasn't hungry, and then he steps outside and bam! Thunderbolt strikes him right in the noggin.
I mean, only if you're absolutely sure. I mean, yeah, I mean, sure. I just never heard of the phrase, if you don't need pie, you die phrase before. Yeah, that's a new one for me.
Just goes. She just looks on over to you and just goes, "Oh, don't you worry. It sounds worse than it actually is. My daddy was a right stern little man. Ain't that right, Bob?" And then Bob just chimes in, just going, "Woo, damn, ain't she right?" You see, her dad was such a workhorse, he gave me a run of the money, and I wasn't even anywhere close to being Ohio State champion at that point.
No, this is all so wholesome.
Anyway, well, she after seeing you guys just sitting down ready to dig in, she looks at you and just goes, "Well, don't just look at the pie. Go on, fill yourself up."
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'll tuck in. Yes.
Lovely. Liam, will you also tuck in?
Yes, of course.
As will Arrghh. You all, you seem to all systematically just put the fork into the pie, take it up, put it into your mouths, and as you do, it hits you with that wholesome flavour that only true homemade cooking does. It's like the finest meal your mum's made times 10. It's just so warm, so creamy, and so full of all that goodness that you would want in a hearty meal, that it just makes you feel so good. And as a result of that, every single one of you gets an extra 10 temporary hit points.
Sweet.
For now.
Sweet.
So feel free to add those on somewhere so that you know you have 10 temporary hit points. Very good.
Sweet.
It's so wholesome, it makes you feel super strong.
No.
Even at one point, Arrgh's taken his first bite out of it, and it's like he's trying to hold back a tear, but he knows it's so damn good.
No.
And it's at that point when Bob looks at, as you're in the middle of having the dinner and just having some time to yourselves, enjoying the food, Bob comes out to create table banter as he looks to you guys and just goes, So tell me one thing. 2 out of the 3 of you are current champions. What's your goal? Now, what's the plan for all 3 of you?
Well, I do have 1 belt. I would love to have another one. And maybe even being, at some point, being a world hardcore champion.
Ah, I see. Great goals to become world hardcore champ. Ain't your friend Lavanya currently the champion though?
Yeah, he is. She is.
You would even take on your own friend if it meant you got a chance to become world champ?
Not really. I would probably rather wait and see how it goes, how it plays out when they are battling it out with Mike Jaws.
Oh, that's fair, man. Absolutely righteous of you. But it's like the old motto used to go when I was in the circuit. Never pass up a chance to take on the world champion. And if the world champion gives you a chance at an honorable fight, you take him up on it, because you never know when you're next going to be able to take on a world champion. Trust me, I know that feeling.
Yep.
How about you, little man? Anything you want to strive towards?
Well, I mean, I suppose it's not really about getting the championship belt as opposed to um I suppose earning enough money from fighting in the rings. You see, I mean, all of this, the house on the hills, the uh, you and Maud, and just everything here, just reminds me of what I want with my my other half. Uh, her name's Cynthia, and she honestly, she's so beautiful, and I couldn't ask for a better person to be with, and both I mean, I wanna get enough money so that both of us can move in together in a really nice house with a white picket fence, and maybe get married, have a few kids of our own, and just live our happily ever after. It's just she doesn't know I'm doing the whole wrestling gig on the side. I mean, sure, I'm actually a white collar worker in real life, but I don't know. I I guess wrestling just called out to me, and I just took the opportunity to just train up and try to be the best that I can. Only I'm only it's it's a little more complicated than what you're seeing right now. Yeah.
It's at that point when you just see like Maud having a touching moment where Maud just looks over to Bob and just goes, "Bobby, don't that sound like when you were trying to get me off yourself?" And Bob just looks over to Maud and just like, "Hey, well, ain't that right? Trust me, little fella. If the love you have for that girl of yours is as powerful as I have for Maud over here, two of you are gonna be happy as a cucumber before you can shake molasses up a sideways tree."
Yeah, it's just I'm you know what? Never mind. It's I mean, what I was gonna say is just real nonsense, really. I mean, this pie is so good. I mean, I don't suppose you could like give give me the recipe so I mean I could take it back home to Cynthia and maybe bake it for her. I'm sure she'd love this.
Maud looks over to you and just goes, "Well, it is a family recipe. Tell you what, you put on a great performance on your championship match, and the first thing I'll do is reward you with a family recipe to that there pie man."
Oh, oh, I won't share the recipe with anyone else since it's a family recipe and all. I mean, you don't have to show me the recipe if you really don't want to. I mean, I just think that this is baked with a lot of love and I want to be able to do that for Cynthia. Yeah.
She just looks on over and just says, "Well, that's one of the main ingredients, don't you know it? You're already halfway to making it yourself. Don't you worry. I know I can trust my family recipe to a good, true person such as yourself."
Well, thank you. Um, yeah, thank you so much. He's just gushing and like being so
No.
flustered. He's such a flustered guy.
Awesome. At that point, Bob looks on over to Arrghh and just goes, "Now, what about you, big man? Any plans of what you want to achieve? And as Arrghh is about to say what he wants, all of a sudden you can't help but suddenly hear this mysterious loud sound being casted out. At this moment in time, darkness has fallen over the farmstead. There are only some lights out there that are lighting some of the crops. And you can see one of the lines of crops outside one of the windows in the kitchen. You're suddenly alerted to a very loud, echoing sound, which is quite ominous, and at the same time just out of nowhere. As you just hear what seems to be the cry of a sheep in the distance.
I was going to say, is it ominous yodeling?
I wish. Like you just suddenly hear, yodeling. No. Not yet. Not until we get to. Not until we go to Switzerland. No. Anyway,
No.
It's in the expansion. Anyway, I'm joking. Yeah, you hear the ominous sound of a sheep. A sheep's cry in the distance. But the sheep's cry doesn't seem to be like a regular in the back. It seems to be twisted and distorted, as if it's combined with some very bestial sounds with it, like a roaring bar.
What was that?
Bob looks over to Maude as he's put his fork down. He's just seems to be glaring outside the window as he looks towards Maude and just goes, Maude, you make sure our guests are nice and okay and up to date on the information. I'm just gonna take a step outside quick. Bob just takes his leave from the table and just hastily just walks out the door and just shuts the door behind him as Maude looks over and just goes, she seems to be worried, like a very strange sense of worry in her, but she's staying strong. She's staying strong in herself as she looks on over towards you guys and goes, oh, now don't you worry. Bob's gonna be able to sort it all out. No, you just keep eating your pie now.
I mean, it's such a stupid question, but is everything okay? I mean, that sound. I mean, it's nothing like I've ever heard before.
Now, I would roll an appeal save here, but by the looks of things, you in chat have redeemed the roll of 1 with X marks in the chat. So this is now the response if Maude automatically rolled a 1 on an appeal save against that question. Maude will look at you just for a moment and just be like, sound? Oh no, it's nothing. Oh, what am I kidding? It terrifies the living daylights out of me.
Yeah, it would me too, but I've seen some things. But just come over here. Arrghh, stay with Miss Maude here, and I'll join up with Bob and go to see what's the business outside.
I'll come too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm coming too. I don't think it would be right to let you walk out there on your own, let alone Bob.
You have Wilbur just stay here. Just a moment. You have Cynthia at home. I have selected my life to preserve any living being. So I go to check out if Bob needs help. But if I'm not back in like 10 minutes, then come out and help us.
It's at that moment that Wilbur suddenly shouts, "Oh man, I'm trying to word this now. God damn it! I don't need you to pity me, you fool! I mean, I'm so sorry. I mean, I just want to help. That's all.
I know, but you will be greater help here. This is what I have been doing for most of my life. I'm expert in this. I'm expert sneaking around, so no need to get any additional risk factors into play right away, at least.
At this time, Maude just breaks in between you guys and just says, "Now, boys, why don't you both just calm down? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit emotional here, but I just don't want anyone else potentially getting hurt tonight, okay? There's more to this for me tonight. I just want everybody to be okay, including my Bobby."
Yes, and that's why I'm doing this. Maude, take care of Wilbur, and Arrghh, take care of Maude and Wilbur. I will go and check that Bob's gonna be okay.
Arrghh gives a nod as he just goes over to Maude and puts one of his hands over Maude's shoulder as if to give a sign of, "No, I'm here for you. It's all good." Now, Wilbur, are you in agreement to this?
I think Wilbur. Oh man, I think Wilbur will have no other choice but to just go along with it. Just be all right, but I'm going to come out there for you if you don't come back. Okay?
I know. And but I think I'm gonna be okay.
Okay. Do you now leave the house?
Yes.
Okay. As the other two stay inside, Liam, you leave the house. As you leave the house, it is very dark out. The only light emitting from this space you are currently in is the light directly outside the house where the door is, and the next bunch of lights being available to you being the lights that are going up the field, as you are sure that would potentially be the direction Bob's going in.
Yeah. And Liam starts to sneak using the darkness of the night as his cover, moving very carefully, not breaking any branches or anything.
Very good. As you're wading along, following what could have been Bob's steps, you do find a set of tracks that look like Bob's hooves, segmented into the dirty ground of the fields as you're going up them. You're just slowly and methodically following them, trying your best not to be in direct light, as if to not be seen.
Yep.
And as you're travelling up, it seems as if the tracks suddenly stop, and as you look up towards yourself, you're quite a distance away from the house. And as you look forward, you just seem to see a silhouette of Bob in front of you, just standing there. And as Bob's standing there, he doesn't seem to be in motion at all. He seems to be quite paused. He doesn't, you only see the back of him. And he just seems to be just stuck where he is. Not even having that natural slight movement of what you would have when you breathe in and breathe out. Just stoic.
Liam goes next to Bob, and just before approaching close proximity, he is going to investigate that is Bob okay, or is he just frozen in place with fear or something?
Okay. You walk a little bit closer, still staying in the shadows at this point. You kind of loop round as if to get a better image of Bob from a different angle, not seeing him just from the back. And as you loop round and start seeing more of his body and more of his face, you see that he just has his mouth gaped wide open, and his eyes just seem to have gone completely white, as he's just standing there in a form of fear that has turned him into a stone-like figure.
Liam will look around to see what has caused this.
Now, this is where I want you to roll me a smarts check.
Alrighty. 26 plus that, and 11.
Not bad. With that roll, you have a look around the area as if to think, what's driven Bob to this? You have a look round, closer to the front of where Bob is and where his eyesight may have been targeted towards. You just go that little bit further away forward from Bob. You don't directly see anything out of the ordinary. But as you're sneaking along, it's as if suddenly your foot goes lower than what the ground normally is like. And then you look back at your foot and the step that you took, and you're looking down, and there is a seemingly really big footprint left as an indent there, way bigger than what it should be, in shape of a hoof, but much larger than what a regular hoof would be.
Liam, at this point, Liam will just sneak back to the house and just say to Wilbur that, okay, the situation is the following. For reason unknown, Bob has been paralyzed by fear.
Why didn't you get Bob back here?
Because I saw this huge hoof mark, which is way bigger than normal mouflon hoof.
Well, is Bob okay? Is he hurt?
I don't see he being hurt, but I came to get you. So if there is something, I would really need to help.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's see what on earth happened with Bob. Like, I mean,
Yes,
why on earth he was just left there? I don't know.
because if we would have moved Bob, if I would have moved Bob or attempted to, it might have provoked whatever the ever living thing that is, maybe to attack.
Well, we gotta get going. Come on! And Will was just
Yes.
out the door.
And
Okay.
Liam gets out and just sneaks around the same way he did earlier.
Okay. You just, as you dash out, you just hear Arrghh just shouting, "I'll stay here with Maude, I guess."
Yeah.
As you'll just be
Yeah,
there
might
for
be
the mole
good.
support. I guess you could say the Maude really needs a rock right now.
Yep.
No.
But yes, you guys, you go off into the night. Now, Wilbur, are you just charging on ahead, or are you trying to stay hidden, or do you just not give a crud and you're just dashing to where Bob is?
I mean, at this point, like, Liam had left Bob on his own, paralyzed with fear, and for all we know, like, Bob could easily get hurt. Like, so he's just going as quick as possible, like, like just trying to get to Bob, just being like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Like, he's not being sneaky
Yeah.
at all.
Okay. You just dash through these crops as best as you can. As you're dashing through them, can you roll me a wits check?
Oh boy, okay. Oh yeah, I haven't even logged myself into the thing. Whoopsie. Um, if I can actually find the thing, because I need to find the thing,
Doing the
and I
thing,
got
finding the
lost
thing,
again.
all the things
Finding the,
with the thing.
all, finding the things, all the things, with the things, all the things. Du-
Oh
du-
yeah.
du- du- du. And it's a wits check because it's being witty about the things. Okay, so it's D6 plus 5. Well, D6 plus wits. Is
That's
it?
correct, yep.
8.
Oh, just. Well done. As you roll that, you are running through these crops. Luckily, none of them clip your feet. You're like leaping and running enough so that the crops aren't like getting in your way at all. And as
Mm-hmm.
you're running, you see Bob in that frozen state. Now, what would you do? At this point, Liam is like tracking you from the shadows. So, Liam, you're coming up to where Bob is, but in your own shadowy way.
Yes.
Wilbur's just gonna go up to Bob and like kind of give him a bit of a shake, like, "Bob, are you okay? Like, what's going on? What's going on? Are you hurt? Are you all right?"
Like the only movement you see from Bob is his lower jaw just shaking that little bit, but nothing else.
The, well, let could I check around the area to see what on earth Bob is paralyzed with fear of?
Certainly. You can give me a smarts check, please.
Okay, smarts coming right up. I think it's quite good. If I remember rightly, it is a
Yep,
6.
smarts is 6.
Oh, that's a 10.
Very good. You have a look round, scouring where Bob's eyesight would have been. And you seem to find like the exact same hoof print that Liam was talking about earlier. It's just a very large hoof. It's much larger than what an ordinary mouflon's hoof size would normally be.
Bob, maybe we should get you back to the house and maybe calm you down a bit, okay? Yeah. I mean, Maude and Arrghh are. Arrghh is taking care of Maude. She's fine. Let's just get you back there, okay?
Like, he seems to... His lower jaw's shaking, and it's very faint. You can just about hear him just saying, like... Ruh, 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 ruh.
What are you trying to say?
Ruh, 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 ruh. He just seems to be stuck with that murmur, as he's still quite frozen in fear.
Okay, at this point, okay, at this point, Wilbur's gonna be like, I really don't want to do this, but he's gonna climb onto Bob and just give him a big slap around the face.
Okay. Can you roll me an attack for that?
Okay, so that's a D12 plus.
Now, this is... Ooh. Now, this is the fun part. Because you're climbing onto him, I'm going to say this is going to be a D12 plus your cunning for this.
Okay, because I have adaptive climber. Oh no, wait! You may roll with +2 when climbing any surfaces that require a check. Never mind. So that'll be cunning.
Yes.
So D12 plus that. That's a 16.
Oh, very good. That will definitely hit Bob. I'm not going to let you roll damage because you're not trying to damage him. You're just
No,
I'm
not trying to damage him. I'm just trying to get him to snap out of it. Like, Bob, snap out of it! What's going on?
Like, you let loose, you just give him like a right smack as you're climbed onto him. And as you do, just suddenly he seems to snap out of what seemingly frozen trance he's in. As he just calls out, Ricky! As he just like looks at his own hands and holds his head. And as he holds his head, he can't help but move his hands back to where you are and just goes, "Little fella, what are you doing on my back?"
You were just standing there, not moving at all, and just stuttering. And I'm really sorry that I slapped you. I didn't know what else to do. And I bet at this point Liam's probably just snuck up and be like, "Hello."
Yeah, like Liam has been like staying behind them all this time, and just like gets up. Oh, hi. Are you okay?
Like, Bob just turns around to you guys and just goes, "Oh, hey boys. Hey, look, I'm doing okay. Sorry, I don't even know what happened to me. Last thing I remember was I came running out here after hearing that noise of ours, and then I just been in this spot."
So, do you have any idea where that huge Mufflon footprint has come from?
Well, I'm not too sure, but all I remember is just seeing this great big beast, at least much bigger than what I am. But he was no different than the normal Mouflon, only he was just something else. It was like something came over him.
You mentioned the name Ricky. Does that mean? I mean, who is Ricky?
Oh, even called out the name of my boy? Damn. I don't even remember that.
Wait, you mean Ricky's your son, or?
That's right. Ricky's my little boy. True gem of a farmstead, he is. But to be honest with you, I don't know why I called out his name. Ricky's been dead for at least a few years now.
Oh, I'm, I'm, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bring up such a touchy subject. I mean,
He touches you on your shoulder and just goes, "Boy, it's only touchy if you let your mind dwell on the bad stuff. You gotta keep on cracking on, and trust me, my little boy Ricky, he wouldn't want me worrying about him either way of Sunday. But in all honesty with you, not sure why I called out his name either. I mean, the last time I was out this far down the farm was when I was chasing after him when he was running away from home. Never did see him after this. And this is as far as I go when it comes to this farmstead."
I see. Maybe it'll be best if we all went back to the house and probably calmed ourselves down.
Little fella, that's not a bad idea. Hey, look, why don't we all just head on back? Maud will just whip us up some nice hot chocolate and we can just act like this never happened. I'm sure that noise was nothing either. I mean, what the heck kind of creature would be out here this time of the night scaring folks like you and me? And as he seemingly says that, you just hear that echoing voice again. That barring roar. Kind of like a just echoing just through the night without any distinction of where it could be coming from. As just instantly Bob is just looking around the place thinking, what the hell can it be?
We should get out of here. Get back to the house and I mean, Liam, what do you think we should do?
Just go in. I'll come after you.
No way! I'm not letting you go. If you're thinking of going after that thing on your own, you're crazy. Like you
I'm
can't
not
just go after that
going
thing on your
after
own.
it. I just want to make sure that you guys get in safe. I will be okay. Just go.
You are going to be right behind us, right?
Yes. A little bit further, but I will be coming. A little bit further back, but I will be coming.
Come on, Bob. We need to get out of here.
Like, Bob just looks at you, looks over at Liam and gives a nod, and then just gives you, Wilbur, a pat on the shoulder as he starts walking back towards the house, keeping to the line of lights that light up the route back to the house good and proper.
Mm-hmm.
Liam, you're a little bit behind, as if to like give yourself some distance and be like the scout in this situation, just in case.
Yeah, and Liam actually makes like a magician and disappears into the shrubs again.
Okay, cool. Now, Wilbur, as you and Bob are walking back to the house,
Mm-hmm.
you don't hear the same noise again, but instead you just hear a rumbling by your feet. At first it's just a very, like, it's a noticeable rumble, but it doesn't seem to shake like the earth like a proper huge earthquake. It's like as if it's just like a stomp in the distance somewhere. You hear it like every odd other step, but then all of a sudden you hear a couple of them just consistently, just like boom, 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 as it just ripples by your feet in a quake. And as you hear that noise, all of a sudden the lights that are following your path down the bulbs inside of those lights just seem to snap and burn out of light, one after the other, as the path in front of you turns into thick blackness.
I don't think any of us brought torches.
Hey, don't you worry, little fella. The good thing about being a member on the farmstead, you never leave the house without a trusty torch by your side. As Bob just whips out a torch, goes to push the on button, and just goes. Oh, damn torch, why don't you work in this case? Damn it. He just gives it like a couple of firm smacks in his hand, and then it finally like blinks itself on. Just goes, see what I mean? Perfectly good torch. Now we'll be able to follow this back home in no time. And as he whips out that, and as the torch seems to be working, you hear that big echoing sound yet again. The big as it seems to be echoing behind you all. And as Bob just seems to turn round, he shines the light in that general direction. And as he does, you see the form of this 8-foot high, gigantic mouflon of a creature whose face just seems to have turned way more animalistic than any sheep you've ever seen before, with huge teeth just coming over the top layer of teeth, and the eyes just gone like slits, just like a firm slit of an eye that has gone bright red. As you just see this creature looking in your general direction, as he seems to be holding just a little sheep in his hand as a bleeding carcass.
Liam actually goes through the shrubs as fast as he can, but of course staying hidden, and just taps Bob on the shoulder. Run. Run as fast as you can. Back to the house.
As you say that, I want all of us to roll a wits save.
Okay. Wits.
Oh,
I should
Bob,
know
no.
this one.
Oh, God.
Okay. I rolled a 9.
Okay, 9 for you.
9.
9 for you. Bob rolled a 1?
Oh
no.
So as the two of you are quite primed and focused, ready to run, Bob, as he's shining this torch back onto the creature, has returned back into that frozen state of his, with his eyes turned white and the bottom part of his jaw just shaking again as he's frozen in place.
At that point, Liam is like, Wilbur, we don't have time to actually get Bob out of this state he's in. We need to carry him into the house.
Right.
And Liam tries to lift Bob up onto his shoulders like a fireman's carry.
Okay. I want you to roll me a power check.
That's a 3.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Oh,
You try and take Bob and try to lift him onto your shoulders, but it's like, God, he's heavier than he looks.
okay. What is Bob's size?
Bob is standing at about 5'6".
Okay. I was gonna say I want to try the lift the impossible. Like, once per rest, you can perform a grapple attack with an opponent with a weight class higher than yourself. You can roll the attack with favor. Can I roll a check to try and help Liam carry Bob, but using that ability?
I would gladly let you do it.
Okay. So it's a power check?
Yep.
Okay, it's not much, but fuck!
2 nat ones on a
Oh
row.
God, no!
No. Hang on. I have a wrestle point, right? I'm re-rolling that.
Actually, I'm using a wrestle point too. I'm re-rolling.
Yep.
I'm
Re-rolling.
Oh, fuck me! Fuck!
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's what I'm talking about. 5.
Okay. I mean, I rolled a 6.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So wait, what did you guys get between you two? Sorry.
I got a 5.
I got a
Okay.
6.
A 5 and a 6. Okay, your first time trying to lift Wilbur isn't too good either. For you, Wilbur, but Liam sees this and so tries to do like a double team lift, and even between the both of you, it's like as if Bob's turned to such a hard form of stone that even for the both of you, it's hard to move him. And as you're trying to move him, you just hear, or should I say feel, another quake rush by your feet as the creature has taken a single step forward.
Okay. Liam, this is
Yep.
gonna sound a little crazy, but I don't think we're able to move Bob. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I think the only choice we have is to fight this thing.
We have one possibility. Let's act. I think we could try to run. At least one of us could try to run to the house and get Arrghh, because now we need Arrghh.
Yeah, sure. I'll probably have to go.
Yeah, I'll stay here.
You try and snap Bob out of it. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Okay. As you attempt to run, I want all of us to roll as if we've got a battle on our hands.
Oh, we got
Good.
initiative.
Get those turn orders going, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will write down Bob, so that I have Bob's as well. Bob is on 2.
Is it the 1d12?
Yep,
Or-
D12.
Yeah. That's 11.
I rolled an
Okay.
8.
Okay, so let me just get that down. 8 and 11. Brilliant. Okay, and with that in mind, Liam, you go first.
Yeah. Well, Liam is looking at the creature, but he actually is going to slap Bob to get out of it.
Okie dokie. I want you to roll an attack against Bob.
Mm-hmm.
If this would be using your
Where?
cunning, just like Wilbur did earlier.
Okay, so... Oh, crap. That's a 14!
Oh, that's what we want. Okay. A good hearty smack of a face should do the trick. And as you give him a smack, Bob seems to snap out of it again and just go, hey, what was that all about? What was that all about, my fluffy friend?
Don't look back. Just run back to the house. Me,
No.
Wilbur, and Arrghh will handle this.
Well, handle what exactly? I don't see anything wrong. And then he just looks back at whatever creature
No.
is.
Shit.
As he just goes, well, butter my biscuits! As he's looking at this, and just goes, well, damn. I guess the rumors are true. There is a creature out on the farms.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what's the plan, my friend?
You and Maude stay in the house. We take care of this.
I get you. Tell you what, I'll head back to the home myself, and I'll let your buddy know what's happening. The sooner I get back there, the sooner your buddy can come out here and start kicking some major butt.
Yep.
Just be wary though now. If there's any problems go down, I want you and your little buddy and even your big rock boy to come straight back to the house. No questions asked.
Yep. We'll keep that in mind.
Okay. That is good. So you have awoken Bob. But what would you like to do for the rest of your turn?
Well, how far of a distance is between Liam and this creature?
He's about 30 feet in front of you guys. Or should I say behind you guys? It's yeah.
Well, Liam turns to face this abomination of a creature, and he is just going to run towards it, and as he is doing so, he is loading up some of that sweet yellow dust.
Oh gosh, darn.
Oh, here we go. Okie dokie. You run up to him. As you do, you let loose the dust, but thou must. As of course you do. With that in mind, I would like you to initiate your attack of Yellow Mist.
Yes. So 1d12, and did it have any other added skills to it?
Let me see. Asian Mist.
Oh, also, damn it, I forgot. I forgot to use my masked power.
Okay, yep. That's fine. You roll for your Miles power whilst I double check things.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, bearing in mind I'm going to be updating how it's worded in the Wrestler's Manual for the moment. So, when you are ready to roll for the attack, I want you to roll a d12, and that'll be plus your wits.
Okay. So 1d12 plus wits. Was it?
That's it, yep.
That's an exact 12.
Okie dokie. With that 12 in mind, it's just good enough, actually, to reach a stalemate with the creature. So as you spray yellow mist at the creature's looking at you and sees what you're attempting. and returns the favour with
Mhm.
trying to blow mist of his own against you.
Oh.
Oh, snap.
Now we both roll a d12 and see who wins this stalemate.
That's a 7.
I rolled an 8.
Ooh.
Ooh, one out. With that being done, your yellow mist comes out and it seems to approach the creature, but the creature just seems to like swipe it out of the air as if it's just not like made up hard enough. As the creature instead blows into your face red mist.
Oh.
Oh.
Roll me a toughness save.
Okay.
I say that as I've woken up the cat. Hello, Smokey.
And that's a 7.
Okay. You feel the red mist come over you, and as it does, you can't help but see that there is just like red spots like flashing all over your body that you just can't seem to rub off, even though you're trying your hardest to.
Yep.
I've just got to roll a dice. Okay. Okay, for the next 2 turns, all attacks made against you by the creature roll with favour.
Dang.
Now, you obviously moved, you've done your 2 attacks this turn. Anything else, or are you done?
Yes, I am done.
Okie dokie. With that in case, it is now the turn of Wilbur, aka Thaddeus.
Okay, so Wilbur's like running to the house. Just trying to get to the house.
Okay.
I think as soon as he gets so I don't know how far he's gotten before he goes to the house.
No
or
worries.
anything.
Roll me a smarts check as you do.
Okay. Smart. I should know this by now. Oh, it's a 6. It's a 9.
Okay, that's good enough. You do know the direction you're going in, even though the darkness is seated in. You try and focus on the deep light in the light far off in the distance, as that seems to be the light of the house. Now, do you want to use your whole turn to run in that general direction?
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Okay.
probably the only thing I can do.
And just to double check, what was your weight class?
My weight class is, if I have a look-see, it is cruiserweight.
Okay. Because you're choosing to run this whole turn, you run 80 feet towards the house. With that in mind, on your next turn, you would be able to dash the rest of the way into the house.
Okay.
It's a very good job.
Yay.
And that'll basically be your turn on that one, because you've spent the whole thing.
Yeah, more or less.
Basically. But good stuff nonetheless. Now, Tash, can you do me a favour and roll a d12 on your side?
Okay.
Just for one moment whilst I roll one on my side.
Okay.
Just let me know what you get.
I rolled a 4.
Okay, and I got 5. So, with that in mind, the creature goes first.
Oh, boy.
And with this creature just seeing like a shiny red Azarian in front of him, it's like as if he bends down to go face to face with you, and you just see this monstrous sheep-like face just staring into you. As you just seem to hear this like monstrous like growl in your general direction. As what he does is, he seems to be staring at you, then retracts backward ever so slightly, and goes to swipe you into your side.
Okay.
Let's see what that does. That is a 15 against your AC.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. As that swipes into your side, you just feel like these huge claws just swiping into you.
Mm-hmm.
And as they swipe into you, they deal 6 points of damage.
Yep.
And with that 6 in mind, the creature then feels as if that is just simply not enough. He feels as if his space is being encroached upon. As he roars in your general direction and goes to try and ram you with his huge head.
Okay.
And that's a perfect hit.
Oh, shit.
Damn. Okay.
So with the perfect hit in mind, if I just do that, that is now 9 points of damage inflicted upon you as you are rammed literally head first.
Mm-hmm.
And as you feel that, you're rammed by such force that you're actually pushed back 5 feet because of it.
Alright.
Managing to keep your footing, but pushing you back nonetheless. To the point where Bob is even looking towards you and just going, "Oh Lord, this is a monstrosity!" But as he realises that, it is Bob's turn.
Oh, the monstrosity!
Basically. But as he realises that, it is Bob's turn. And Bob, taking his torch, begins running towards the house as best he can. I'm going to roll one thing, however, to determine something that may or may not occur. Let's have a look. Oh yes. So Liam, you're focused on the creature, but you can see that Bob is definitely taking your advice and running home.
Yep.
As you see him run away, however, you then all of a sudden just hear more ruffling behind you, as all of a sudden flying from behind you is a sheep and a drop kick. As Bob attempts to drop kick this mother.
Damn.
And rolls a 1.
Oh, Bob!
It's been a while since he's been in a wrestling game. But he runs up to the creature, he tries to drop kick him as best he can. You see it with much force, and you see, oh wow, this is awesome. And then he literally lands flat of where the doctor is. He's like 5 feet away, and he's now on the ground with the creature just looking down at him, and he's like, yeah.
Well, that like I can imagine Liam being like, "What the hell? Oh, that's cool."
Oh. But with that in mind, Bob has that moment of being in fear until all of a sudden you just see like a glint in his eyes goes off as he attempts to go for the creature's leg. Let's see what happens. Whoa, that's enough. Wow, way to go, Bob. It's like as if he planned this from the beginning. As he lays there, the creature looks down, as if to think, fresh meat, boys. It's like as if something clicks in Bob's eye as he looks towards the creature's leg. He sweeps at the creature's leg, forcing him to fall down. And as he falls down, you just see Bob grabbing the leg, whipping it up, grabbing the monster's foot, and twisting it in an ankle lock.
Oh.
Classic Kurt Angle style.
Yep.
And as he's just twisting this creature's huge foot, and you're just hearing this beast just crying out, as he has been this whole time, this time wincing in pain. As Bob's just looking towards you and just going, I can't expect you youngins to have all the fun.
Yeah, I assumed as much.
And that is how Bob's going to keep him. Now, bearing in mind Bob's finishing his turn with the creature in hold, meaning that the creature is kind of kept still. Keep that in mind. As we roll back on to Liam.
Liam is kind of annoyed that the creature actually did what he did. And he is just going to go up to the creature's face and just be like, "Oh, you tried. I tried one thing before. Let's see that again." And yeah, he is just going to blow more of that substance to his face.
Okay, trying to go for the yellow mist one more time.
Yep.
You definitely go for it. Roll me an attack for that.
Yep.
So it'll be D12 plus your smarts.
$15.
Now that's much better than it was last time.
Mm-hmm.
With that successful roll, the creature must now roll a toughness save. I'm going to see how this goes. Oh, Liam.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some bad news.
What?
You feel storms brewing.
Nice.
Oh yeah. It's going to be fun. As you successfully land the attack, the yellow mist with the particles added on, kind of like what the red mist did to you, it leaves like some yellow residue onto the creature as he's still wincing in pain, being held on by the ankle lock. And as he's being held on, you can't help but see the clouds suddenly start to form above where you guys are fighting on the farmstead. As they are, I want you to roll me a d4.
I was just about to say that. That's a 1.
So because I'm going to be changing how this works as well.
Mm-hmm.
Effectively, that bolt of lightning is going to hit right after whomever's turn it is next.
And before Liam's turn ends, he is just gonna say like, say to the Bob, but say to Bob that, okay, let go of the creature and let's get just far enough away. And he dashes about 20 feet away.
Okay, well done. Bob's just looking at you and just keeping that ankle lock on, looking on as if to just go like, "What you talking about, boy? You just made this sunny little gun shine brighter than a midsummer night."
Yeah, but I don't want to smell burning mufflon, which would be from my friend or colleague or whatever.
He seems confused by what you mean, and as he looks at you in confusion, Wilbur, it's your turn.
Yeah, I think Wilbur's just gonna be at the house, or at least dashing towards the house.
Okay. Yeah, so you've got enough to dash into the house. You dash on in, just opening up the door as you dash in, and go from there.
Yeah, like he's literally thrown the door open, like, Arrghh, we need your help. I'll explain everything on the way, but right now we need your help. Right now.
Like Arrghh just looks at you and like with that serious look in his face, as he just like he clicks his neck, does the knuckle click, looks over at Maud just to give her like one last pat on the shoulder. It just goes, "I've got this." I will just roll for Arrgh's initiative roll. Okay. Brilliant. And Arrghh is ready to join the battle.
Yay!
Now, is there anything you would like to do, Wilbur, whilst you are now in the house?
Oh,
Where you going?
oh man. On the
No.
one hand, Wilbur knows he'll be so much more confident, like donning on the mask and the cape and everything. But on the other hand, there's very little time for that. So he's just gonna dash out the house, he's just gonna dash out the house and just sort of leading Arrghh to where everyone else is at that moment.
Alrighty. Brilliant. And that's good.
Yes,
That is good.
yes.
The Arrghh now has a sense of direction. And with that, your
Yay.
turn will come to an end for now.
Mm-hmm.
But as it does, Liam, you look
I
behind
think it
you.
was 66.
Yeah, well, we'll soon find out.
Mm-hmm.
As you look back, you see the clouds looming over the head of the creature, as well as Bob. As Bob just seems to be looking at the skies, as you just hear like this charge of thunder being like just coming together in the clouds above him. It's just like, what in tarnation is that?
I said, get out of the way.
And with that, roll me 6d6.
That's 16.
Really? Oh wow! That, on 6d6, that's okay.
That's a bad roll.
That is not very good.
Yeah.
But needless to say, but as the clouds in the heads start charging, as you see ripples of lightning going into like the central point of this storm, you see a single thunderbolt just strike down onto the creature, and as it does, it doesn't seem as devastating as other experiences you've had with this move. It seems to like have left like some smoke or like some blackness onto the huge creature's wool or wool-like exterior. Whilst Bob is also there, like slightly singed to the front, still holding onto that lock as best he can, as he just spits out a little bit of smoke. Is like, now that's something the new boys gotta teach me.
Yeah, probably.
But I'm gonna quickly roll a save on my end. Okay, with the creature being shocked and that burst of damage coming down, Bob, even though he was hit quite hard by it, manages to keep the hold on. So the creature is still stuck in a leg lock.
Nice.
Very good. But that being said, it is now the turn of Arrghh. And what Arrghh is going to do is, Arrghh, now that he has a general sense of direction, thanks to Wilbur, is going to walk out of the house. It's like as if Wilbur's just giving him, like, pointing to where the general direction is. Arrghh looks out and can only just make the light out of Bob's torch in the distance. And as Arrghh does, it's like as if he like steams forward like a speeding train, as he just goes to dash forward. And as he dashes forward, he's cutting through crops. He is just aiming to get to where he needs to be as fast as he can, spending his whole turn to try and move forward as best he can, only moving a total of 50 feet. So he's getting there, but he's not quite there just yet. But Arrghh is on his way. And with that being done, we now, Liam, this time round, oh sorry, Foxy, this time round, can you roll me a d12 whilst I roll one?
Yes.
Just going to determine who goes first again.
That's an 11.
Okay, cool. I only got a 6. In that case, it's Bob's turn next. Bob's got the creature in a leg lock. In that ankle lock. And as he's kept him in that ankle lock, he's thinking to himself, how can he keep the creature at bay until reinforcements arrive? And he thinks to himself, let's see, creature's down face first. It's like as if he's processing all the different moves that he could have in his head. And another idea clocks onto him as he willingly releases the foot and tries to rotate round and grab both the creature's legs for a different submission hold. Let's see if this works. Oh, it does! He transitions from the ankle lock, letting loose of the creature's foot, quickly looping round to in between both of his legs, grabbing both of them, bringing them underneath of his arms, and wringing those legs up, pulling the back of the creature skyward as he moves the creature into a classic Boston crab.
Woo!
Nice.
As he transitions into that Boston crab, the creature just crying out into even more pains, as Bob's just coming out, just being like, "Yee, ride him, cowboy, yeehaw!" Just keeping him literally in check. And as he's holding him in a double leg Boston crab, he looks back to see the creature's head just popping upward, as Bob is going to attempt something that has not been seen in quite some time. Let's see how this rolls and we'll see what happens. Oh my fucking god, we get it.
Yay!
For some of you who have witnessed Bob's matches before, you would know that in his early days, he patented a submission move that was so powerful that in his later years he said he was no longer able to pull it off. But it's like as if now he has a sense of second wind and a sense of his young age again, as he wishes to perform his classic climax move. As he takes that Boston crab, transitions it so that he links the monster's legs with his own legs. So now the Boston crab's being held by Bob's legs. And what Bob does, he leans backwards, grabs the head of the creature, and pulls the creature's head up whilst pulling the legs back, creating Bob's old school climax move, which he tended to call the farmstead cattle lock. And just for the sake of this, we're gonna roll me some dice here, and I'm gonna see what. Damn it! Oh, that's a shame.
Ah.
With that in mind, he only manages to pull off 7 points of damage with his climax move, sadly. But even though his age is showing and the damage may not be as strong as it used to be, but maybe just once in a lifetime chance outside of his retirement, Bob has successfully locked this beast into a move he never thought he'll be able to perform again. In front of your very eyes. Or specifically in front of Liam's eyes, because no one else's face can see this at the moment.
Yeah.
With that in mind, Bob's turn ends as the creature's begins, but he must begin trying to get out of that hold. Does he succeed? Yes. As Bob has him in the cattle lock, the creature seemingly overpowers the lock on his head as he shunts forward, whiplashing Bob off of him as Bob lands behind him. But as Bob lands behind him, the creature turns round and attempts to grab Bob with his two huge hands. See how this goes. Oh lordy. He goes to grab Bob with both of his hands. And as he does, he grabs Bob, seemingly lifts him up, turns round and power bombs him down.
Oof.
Bob's body
Yeah.
just being embedded into the ground slightly. As you just hear him just make a big cry out in pain, which even Wilbur back of the house can hear.
Oh, snap.
And as the creature holds him down in that position, the creature goes to stand back up and keeps his hands locked around Bob's legs. As we're going to roll this again and see what happens. Oh, Lord. As he seems to lift Bob by the legs, grab onto Bob's waist as Bob is just looking towards you, Liam, but hanging upside down in the creature's arms, as the creature drops Bob head down as a reverse tombstone pile driver.
Ooh, damn.
Ooh.
You can just imagine Liam being, ooh, ouch.
Bob's head just smacks into the ground again as his body just flops forward. He seems to be okay, but he is downed. And feeling the pain as the creature just roars out yet again, staring now back towards you, Liam. But it is now your turn.
Yes. I've been looking through this lovely wrestler's manual to find the move list
Oh, yes.
this entire time. So that's wrestle point.
Basically, if you go all the way down to the bottom, it's the last big section.
Yep. Let's just go with there we are. Well, Liam looks at the creature, and he is first of all, he is trying to trip the creature to a sitting position,
Okie dokie.
and then trying to do the pentagram choke.
Oh. Don't mind me, I'm gonna just find that on my screen so that I can check it out. Okay, chokes, here we go. What was the name of it again, Si?
So it was a pentagram.
Pentagram choke, here we are. Lovely. Okie dokie, no problem at all. With that in mind, I want you to roll me an attack with your smarts.
Yes. And I think it was that much, yes. And that's a 14.
Okay, lovely. With that 14,
Mm-hmm.
you grab the creature, you trip up the creature, wrapping your legs around him and your arms around him, locking him in place and leaning back, and as you do, locking in that tough to manage pentagram choke.
Mm-hmm.
And as he chokes into that, bearing in mind, I'm just going to have a read of your smarts. He does take that 6 points of damage from your smarts.
Yes.
And he is now in a pentagram choke. Is there anything else you wish to do?
Mm, well, he is. Wait a minute. Well, he is actually going to keep the choke going.
Okay, awesome. Now, because of that, and because you're just keeping him into that hold as a second part of your sequence, you can now roll your attack again, as if to see how much damage it will do.
Yes. 12 plus. Wait a minute, it's +6, not +5. And that's a 9.
Okay. The initial lock you put onto him is a very strong lock with some quite mighty damage. The lock stays on, but the winch that you've gone for doesn't seem to winch as much as you hoped. Only dealing 3 points of damage instead of the 6.
Yes.
But not bad regardless. He is kept in that hold, so he is held up. I like it. With that in mind, it then rolls back to Wilbur, back of the house.
Yeah, I think at this point, Wilbur's just gonna try and run after like everyone else to, like, you know, get in the fight sort of thing. Try and help out in that, and
Brilliant stuff.
yeah.
As you do, or as you aim to run towards the rest of the fight, you hear someone calling you as you go to head off, and it's Maude calling you as she looks on over and just goes, now you boys come back now, you hear? And as for you, Wilbur, you're going to be needing this, and just seems to throw you something.
Okay. Yep.
You put your arms out to catch it.
Yep.
It's your Dr. Thaddeus gear.
Heck yeah. Like, he just gives a bit of a smile to Maud and goes thank you. Don't worry, we'll be right back. And yeah, Thaddeus is just gonna run while putting on all this gear.
Nice. You seem to you just put on all the gear before you even reach Arrghh, and as you go that little bit past Arrghh on your path towards where the fight is,
Yes.
you dash past him, and it's like as if you look back and Arrghh looks at you, just going, when did he get here?
Yes. Okay.
Thaddeus is in the building. Or Cersei at the farmstead.
I was gonna say, is he like does he get to, well, I mean, does he get to the sort of fight kind of thing? Or does he need it?
You're only just out.
Okay.
But if you use your regular move on your next turn, you'll be able to get right in there.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yep. Oh. Yep, I can do that.
Brilliant stuff. Ooh, Lyserg, look at you being cheeky and watching 2 streams. Ha. Right.
Oh.
Next. It's Arrghh. It is Arrghh. And he's just going to keep dashing towards the fight. And as he does, he's only just able to dash far enough to get to where that creature is, being in that pentagram choke. And as he gets closer, Liam, you just see this big hulking rock on his way. And you know what time it is.
Yep.
As Arrghh just seems to run over, leap towards the creature, and leaps with an elbow out, ready to elbow drop it. Have a look at this. Yes. Elbow drop. He's going to roll D12 plus power. That is... Let's have a look. Ooh. Actually,
What?
wait a minute. The creature's in a pentagram choke. He's in a hold. Arrghh rolls with favor because he's in a hold right now. Let's see if Arrghh rolls any better on that one. Rolls exactly the same. Okay. Never mind. With that in mind, Arrghh flies, drops that elbow drop. But as he does, the elbow drop doesn't seem to hit as well as we had hoped. Still hits. Doesn't deal as much damage as he was hoping, only dealing 4 points of damage. But being frustrated in knowing that elbow drop did not hit that hard, before we continue any further, Liam, can you roll me a toughness save quick?
Yes. That's a 5.
Oof. You try your best to keep on the pentagram choke, but as that elbow drop drops in, the monster's able to shake out of that hold just enough to break it.
Yep.
But Liam sees the break and sees the monster coming out of it, and just thinks, "Oh no, you don't!" and tries to grab the monster's head as the monster tries to climb on back up, and seemingly go for a DDT.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. So as the creature's trying to step up after the pentagram hold, grabs him round the neck, drops his head face first down for DDT, smacks his face into the ground for 8 points of damage.
Damn.
Brilliant. And as he does, he looks on over to you, Liam, and just goes, "Everything okay? Are you okay?"
Yep. Everything's fine. Actually, that helped with my new plan.
No problem. Now let's say we dunk ourselves some... whatever this is.
Yep.
And he's hyped for that, but that is the end of Arrgh's turn. Good stuff regardless. As we roll on to the end to the creature and Bob. Tash, can you roll me the d12 this time, please?
Okay.
Let's see who goes first.
I rolled a 9.
That is more than the creature, only rolling a 2. Bob goes first. But I'm going to do something a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, do you want Bob to fight? Or do you want Bob to head towards the house? I want to see what people would want to see Bob do in chat. Finish him. I see finish him. And you know what? Let's freaking do it. Bob's going to get up after being pushed out of his signature hold. As he looks back at the creature, it's like as if he has a newfound ray of hope in him as he sees Arrghh joining the fray. Death by Bob, I love it. As Bob looks at the creature down on the ground and walks on over, he looks over at Arrghh, gives Arrghh a nod, and Arrghh seemingly looking over at Bob, knowing exactly what he wants doing, giving Bob a nod as well. Kill the beast, lovely. I'm getting a lot of reinforcement here. As Bob looks towards Arrghh and commits to a double team move, as they both take an arm of the creature, pull it out in its entirety, and as they pull it out, they lock the arms in betwixt their legs, go to wrap their arms around the creature's head and pull it back for a double man crossface. This is going to be trippy. We're going to see how this goes. Both rolling d20s at the same time. Oh my lord, what? We're just having the crowd chant, "Bob, Bob, Bob, Bob," if I was a crowd. So, the crazy thing about these rolls, Bob rolled a perfect hit.
Damn.
Arrghh rolled a 1.
Damn.
So even though it's a double team maneuver, Arrgh's trying to put on the crossface, but he's never really done submissions before, so he's not locking it up as well as hoped, but he's trying to hold on. As more so, Bob just locks him into this hold as if it was nothing, and is ringing him all the way back. Oh, it's something of beauty. And then Bob, as he's inflicted some initial pain onto the beast, looks over at Arrghh and just says to him, he just says, "Now, buddy, if you could just hold him just there for that one little time, I've got a perfect idea." Arrghh just gives him like the nod again and just tries to hold the creature in place in the cross-face position. And as he does, Bob releases his grip, rolls on over and transitions into a single-leg Boston Crab if he's able to land it. Which he does, putting the creature into a single-leg Boston Crab as the creature has been locked in place with a crab one end and a crossface the other. Go Bob! This is friggin' nuts! Did I mention Bob was retired?
I was gonna say.
Like, damn! And with this in mind, it will now rotate to the creature, but can the creature break out of the double man hold? Let's find out. Because he's going to have to roll with harm on this one. Because of how severe this lock is. It's a natural 1.
Damn.
As the creature, as much as he's trying to move, just cannot break anything. As this is one hell of a hold, keeping him locked in place. That is true, Zebra Guy. All the good ones come out of retirement for one last match. This isn't even being watched by anyone at this point. Jericho and Benoit did that. The opponent fainted. I know, right? But the soul still burns at the moment. As this amazing combination of wrestlers lock this creature in place, we are back to Liam.
Yes. And Liam is actually gonna go, as he is held down in the lock, he is going to capitalize on that with the Dragon Sleeper.
Whoa! Just climb on board. You get a lock. Yep. You get a lock. You get a lock.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Coming on in with the Dragon Sleeper. Roll me an attack, please, with your cunning.
And that's going to be with my favor.
Oh, Master Power.
Oh, scheiße. It's a perfect hit.
Hey!
With favor.
Awesome.
So that's 24.
Oh, that's really nice. With that in mind, you put that son of a bitch in a Dragon Sleeper.
Yep.
It's like as if you come on over to him, you look at the fact that Arrghh is trying his best to keep the creature locked in place with his crossface, and you just come on over and you're like, I've got this. Taking what you need to, putting him into a Dragon Sleeper. Just dealing even more damage. As that will do, let's have a look. Your cunning is 8.
Yes.
So that means that this will deal 12 points of damage. Oh, yes. Lord. And that's only part 1. Do you want to do anything else with your turn? Because you have the second part of your sequence left to go.
Let's just do another Dragon Sleeper.
Okay, just wrench on that Dragon Sleeper a little bit more. Roll me an attack, please.
a moment. And that's a 20.
Oh, fantastic. Rolling that high, you wrench that dragon sleeper even more. And as you do, that creature is wrenching in even more tough pain. As he is, he's even going to roll a save for just one moment. Okay. As he rolls a save, and as you just wrench that dragon sleeper that little bit more, you start noticing that the creature's attempts to fight out are gradually seeping away. He's still got a little bit of fight in him, but it's not a lot of fight left from what you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And with that in mind, and as you keep that dragon sleeper locked in, it's Thaddeus.
Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing he'll be at the scene now then.
Yes.
I'm guessing. Okay, so Thaddeus goes. Okay. With the tip of my hat and the flick of my cape, with a twinkle in my eye, there is no escape, for you are met with the meanest nasty. Say hello to Dr. Thaddeus, the dastardly! And he is going to, as like,